Johnny and I want to rank the top 5 ways to hang out with the boys. Now, it's a crucial list here. Crucial list. I'm interested to see what you have on yours and if there's any overlap. But how about you kick us off and give us what's in your number 5 spot, that bottom spot?
All right, yeah, so number five. Now, when we're talking about doing this, I had things like fishing or working out together or something like that. But then I like really thought about the times I've hung out with the boys, and it's been like a good time. You're gonna laugh at me for number five, but number five has to be at Jack Brown's. That is like, it's got
Jack
good food,
Brown's.
good drinks, best burger in the entire world. And when you have good food around, the time is always going to be good. So for me personally, Jack Brown's number five
Okay.
never disappoints. What about you?
Yeah. Well, I just have to say, so Johnny lived in Greenville for a hot minute. Then, yeah, this restaurant, Jack Brown's, he like raved about it all the time. Haley and I heard so much about this place. So we went
All
to
I
go visit
talked
him
about.
one time and we go there and he's explaining they give you this sheet of paper.
Hmm.
And if you have like I forget how did it work? If you have a certain amount of drinks on their menu,
Right. Yeah. You can't have the same drink twice.
you have the same drink twice.
Yeah. And I got a free t-shirt, but if you think about it, it wasn't that free. Now,
Right. It's a
before,
sick shirt though.
yeah. And before you start thinking anything crazy, I mean, this is a list that I had to do within like 3 years.
Right.
So it took a while.
Yeah.
But they also don't believe in ordinary burgers. Like there's no lettuce and tomato on a burger. So like my favorite is the Greg Brady, and it has mac and cheese and barbecue chips on it.
Hmm.
So that one always hits.
Yeah. I just was laughing every time you talked about trying to get this shirt because I was like, you're spending like
It was
$5 on whatever drink you're getting.
for sure.
Hey, but you got it, man.
But I am so competitive, and
Yeah.
that I think was more of what was happening than anything else.
Yeah. Gosh, that's funny. Jack Brown's was good. It was
I've
good.
never took someone there and they're like, "Oh man, it's okay."
Yeah. It's not big either.
No, it's oh yeah,
It's
it's
a
very small.
small, yeah, small place.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, my number 5, and this, I don't want people to think, that I'm some big golfer or anything because I'm not. But golfing with the boys is just so fun. Like you just get to be outside and you get to, well, let me specifically say playing captain's choice with the boys. Because if I was out there and we were golfing and I was keeping my own score, I would not be having a good time. But if we're playing captain's choice, it's a blast. I mean, you're doing something competitive, and you usually when I go play, we'll break it up into teams. So we'll do like 2v2 or depending on how many people are there, and so you're like keeping track of your scores. And most of me and my buddies usually works out to where the score's close and it's not like someone's just running away with it. So it usually comes down to like the last hole or two. And you can, just have some drinks out there, smoke some cigars, just like have a fun day outside. You're having conversations in the golf cart at the tee box. You're talking, which for some golfers, that may be like the cardinal sin. But when I'm on the golf course, it's just to have a good time and to hang out with the boys. I'm not out there trying to make the tour or take my game really seriously because I don't play enough to take myself seriously. But that would be number 5 for me. It's
Hey,
just
and
a
I can
nice
attest
day
to
of
that.
golf. Yep.
Yeah, because we went. Was that how long ago was that? 3 weeks ago? 2 weeks
I
ago?
think it was
Anyway,
3.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's crazy. It's already been 3 weeks, but I'm not a golfer. I want to be a golfer. I'm getting to the age of my life where that's what guys do now, and I need to invest into it. But I was a cheerleader when we went. I they because it was two teams like like he said,
Yeah.
so 4 guys were playing, and then I'm in the cart by myself, just watching and cheering them on. Actually, I didn't even cheer you on. I just didn't even like. I just kind of like.
You just chill out.
I kind of chilled out and did my own thing. But yeah, so it was fun to hang out with y'all for sure.
Oh yeah. It's a good time. Next time you'll have to play.
I do need to play. So number four. Number four. Now this one can sound kind of lame, and this, but this is like one of my favorite things
Mm-hmm.
is late nights in the living room.
Mm.
And I say late nights because like
Like late?
yeah, like late nights where like so Tucker and I were hanging out last week and then we went to my buddy's house
Oh yeah.
and to me hanging out in my buddy's living room was like my favorite part of the whole night.
I agree.
You know, we were watching
100%.
funny YouTube videos and
Oh
then
yeah.
and then
Nostalgic.
oh yeah, great YouTube videos, just laughing. And
Yeah.
then after the YouTube videos ended, we came up and had like a serious conversation. Now I'm not saying to have like these top fives need to always be a serious conversation, but
Mm-hmm.
late night living room hangouts, you never know what's going to happen. You might just talk about like something stupid the entire night, or you might have like a deep convo.
Yeah.
That's like the is always the unknown, but it's always fun.
Yeah. Yeah. We ended up having a pretty deep conversation that night. So that was cool. It was fun. And it all sparked talking about us doing this. So
for sure.
that was pretty cool. So yeah, that would be an honorable mention for me. But I have one that's like sort of similar
Right.
later. So
Right. Okay, I got you.
but my number four, and I'm kind of cheating because I'm putting two into one slot pretty much, but just watching football with the boys, whether that's in person and you're tailgating and you're going to the game, or just having the boys over to the house watching a little football on television. Maybe it's an all day thing. Maybe you're watching the noon game, the afternoon game, and the night game. You know, a lot of people will watch NFL just all day on Sunday, you know, with their boys, and I have a good time with that anytime because you and I both are huge football fans. So any excuse to just hang out and watch football all day is going to be a great time.
Oh, for sure. That's on my list, but I'm not going to get there yet.
Yeah,
So
fair
it's an
enough.
overlap.
Yeah.
My number three. Now, I feel like it should be on number three because I haven't done this in years. But back home, I lived in Georgia,
Mm-hmm.
was Waffle House.
Ooh,
Like
I
that
love
was
some Waffle House.
that was the thing was to be at Waffle House, getting the same thing, getting coffee no matter what. Waffle House in the daytime to me is just gross. Um, but Waffle House at night is the best.
Yeah.
And my buddy and I used to get lawn chairs. So after we were at Waffle House, we would go out in the parking lot and sit in lawn chairs and just keep hanging out. Like Waffle House back home
That's awesome.
was the place to be every time.
Yeah, that's so awesome. Waffle House, man. What's your order there?
4 cheese eggs, it's hash browns with
Mhm.
Waffle House sauce, which is similar to Zaxby sauce, but Waffle House sauce is the best. And then coffee, no cream. It's my order there every time. What about you?
Always the All-Star Special.
That's true.
Always. Because I don't go often.
Mhm.
I make it count when I go. Which All-Star Special, you get the waffle, and I always add chocolate chips,
Mhm.
and then hash browns, scrambled eggs, the toast, and then I usually get sausage, and it's just an incredible meal. Incredible.
Man,
And a
Oh, I know.
coffee, black coffee.
black coffee is the way to go.
Yeah. Now that we're talking about it, we got to go to Waffle House sometime soon.
I haven't been in forever. So I
haven't
would
either.
love to go.
Oh, it's so good. So good. And it's like, you just never know what you're going to get there.
No, but never go at daytime. Always go. Like it has to be dark outside in order for
Right.
me to go.
Yeah. I've been in the daytime and it's
It's just
still
it's
good.
weird. But to me, it's a weird feeling.
Yeah. And I love the ones that have the jukebox.
Mm-hmm.
That's even better.
And it's always freezing cold.
Yep. Yep.
It's great.
Yep. So that was your number three?
Yeah.
Okay. My number three, and we just did this weekend. My number three was, um, and this is a new one, but it inched up my list because of how fun it was. But this weekend we had, I had all the guys over to my house, and we played the new College Football 25 video game, and we would just like hand off the sticks each game. So like a different two of us were playing, just having drinks, hanging out, talking, laughing. And I mean, it was a blast. We laughed so much, and
It
like
was a
we're
lot of fun.
getting so into the game, and it was so nostalgic, and like it just took me back to, our childhood, and like going over to your friend's house and just playing video games for 3 hours straight, and nobody bothering you, nobody,
No, no.
it
And I'm
was
not a big
fun.
video game guy, but I still enjoyed it.
Oh yeah.
I had to stress for a tiny bit towards the end.
Yeah, our game.
And then I got
Well,
cocky.
let's clarify. The very first game we played,
Okay, you
I-
can't say that one.
I beat the brakes off you
But
with Tennessee.
yes, but you're saying that as someone who's never played. So it's
But
not
you
that
were-
impressive.
You were on freshman difficulty, and I was on varsity.
Right. But if I was on like middle school difficulty, I think I still would have played the same.
Maybe. But then the
So-
second game,
I knew what I was doing second game.
well, not really, because you punted it to me at
No.
the end. You could
Yeah.
have easily won the game.
Oh, I didn't punt it to you. I decided to throw it instead of punting. And
I
then
thought you
that's
punted it.
I don't know. Either way, I got cocky is the
Oh, yeah.
summary of that.
And then I threw a Hail Mary bomb to win the
Yeah.
game.
I thought
As
I
time
had you.
expires.
Yeah, I thought I had you.
Oh man, that was fun.
It was a lot of fun.
And then yeah, one of my buddies, when they were playing, he was getting like so animated and into it, and I was just
Oh, I
dying
know.
laughing. It was
Like
so
you're at a
funny.
real game. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, talking trash and like, oh man, it was.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
My I guess number 2
Mhm.
is tailgating and watching football.
Nice.
So that's just it's the similar like I'm like I've been to games where you don't even go into the game, you just tailgate.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just fun too. Just hanging out with people,
Mm-hmm.
talking trash to the other team, and or just like if we're like you said, just like all day. Now I'm not a big NFL guy, and I have no like reason why, but I just enjoy watching college football better.
Yeah.
So on Saturdays, just all day long. I mean, watching college game day when it comes on in the morning to watching the night game. I mean, just all day long, just
Oh yeah.
hanging out with the boys. I think my dad is actually coming up this fall to watch football with you and I.
Oh,
So,
that'd be awesome.
football, watching football is just what my family and your family's always done. And it's just always a great time.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, and I feel like with the tailgating piece of it,
Mm-hmm.
I've also found that that's a great way to meet new people.
Oh, for sure.
Like we go to Wake Forest games and tailgate, and we got a
Right.
pretty big tailgate group, and like it's just a great like time to meet new people, talk, get to know
Mhm.
people. There's a guy that tailgates next to us who's just a ton of fun, and we've gotten to know him, and like it's just really cool. Like I know what he does for work. I know that, I knew about when he was getting married, and, got to tell him congrats when it happened. And football, sports, and music are two of my favorite things because they bring people together regardless of background, regardless of what their political or religious beliefs are. Everybody's there united around that one thing. Now,
Oh, for sure.
sports, you're obviously pulling for your different teams, but still,
But you have that foundational bond.
right. And
Yeah.
I love it. I love that.
Yeah.
Like, I love those aspects of sports and music. Like if you're at a concert, it's the same type of thing. So,
Oh, for sure.
all right. So my number two is um is sort of similar to, when you were talking about like late nights in the living room, but I think anytime I'm hanging out with the boys and we just start sharing like old stories, old memories, and just
That's
like
good. That's a good one.
reminiscing is just, I always enjoy it so much because you laugh so much. And it's like, I feel like you get those like endorphins going just from talking about like good memories from the past. Um, and like, yeah, crazy stuff that you did as a stupid teenager in in high school or middle school. And like even going back, like I have friends that I've known since elementary school, and like talking about some of the stuff we did as kids when you like didn't have phones and like you had to entertain yourself and like use your imagination. And I grew up in a small town, so it's not like we had a lot of options of stuff to do. So I mean, it's just hilarious to think back and reminisce on stories with them. And um like even with us, when we think back to like stuff that happened when we were at, the summer camp we worked at. And um we haven't been friends for as long, but like even when we reminisce on stuff we've done together.
No,
Like
that's
that
a
one,
great point.
yeah, like the one time the four of us went to that cabin, and we literally
Oh yeah.
stayed in the hot tub most of the nights and
Yes.
then
It was
watched football
freezing.
all day on Saturday, because I think it was week one. It was either week 0 or week 1.
Yes, it was the opening. Yeah, but there's no Wi-Fi either
Yeah,
there.
yeah,
And you
and
did make the best steak. And I'm like not trying to like pump you up or anything,
yeah,
but yeah, that was a great steak.
we had great food that whole weekend. I was so full when we
Oh
left.
yeah, I was stuffed.
Yeah, but that,
Yeah.
you know, like reminiscing on stuff like that, I just
Oh, for
think
sure.
that's top tier.
I know. I kind of regret not having that one in there, but no, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Uh,
All right,
um,
what's your number one? Let's
Number
hear it.
one is if the night, like I don't care what you do during the day, and this, I mean, this trumps like late night living room. If the night ends in this, then I will always say it's a great night. If the night ends this way, and it's going outside, having a fire, listening to some Zach Bryan or some country music, and get some
Yeah,
drinks and everything. That if
yeah,
the night ends that way, is phenomenal. Is that your number one?
yeah. That's my number one.
There you go. There you go. Yes, that's
Yeah,
we just for the record, we did not share these with each other.
that we
We
did
had no
not.
idea. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
that's why I was laughing when you said that, because yeah, I have the same exact number one, except I specifically said sitting by a fire in the fall or sitting
Oh,
around a
for
fire
sure.
in the
Summer
fall.
fires are the worst.
Yeah. But and I'll explain the reason why this is my number one. It's because it's few and far between these days that we have environments where we're not distracted by something, where we're
Right.
like not tempted to be on our phone or to like watch a TV or something like that. And man, when you are sitting around a fire with your boys, and yeah, maybe you're having some drinks, maybe you're smoking a cigar, like your phone's away, you're all just looking at the flames flicker of the fire, which is peaceful in and of itself. Like
And like a
that alone,
pyromaniac.
yeah, it's just fascinating. Like that alone is great part of this hangout.
Oh,
But
for sure.
the reason why I love it is because you're out there for 2.5 hours as the fire's going, and it's non-distracted, uninterrupted, just conversation with the boys. Like
Oh, for sure.
it creates the space for you to be able to talk, whether it's about, maybe that's a time where you're reminiscing and thinking back on old memories, but it also like I've had a lot of deep conversations sitting around a fire.
Oh, for sure.
And so that for me is why it's my number one.
Oh yeah, always. I mean, it's not like it's never going to disappoint. Even if you don't say a single word,
Yeah.
you just sit there. But also like you're right. Like I mean, more times than not, that's going to lead to someone sharing something, and it is just like always like it's always a great time.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.